Sleaze, presented by McDonald's. Best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
You know, I was thinking about this actor the other day because I saw him in an older movie and I was like, whatever happened? Here it is. Armie Hammer sat down with the Painful Lessons podcast recently to reflect on how life has changed over the last few years. Remember all the cannibal accusations he had to deal with? And then it just went silent? Well, he says the whole thing was ridiculous, but he's apparently grateful for how it changed his life.
I'm actually now at a place where I'm really grateful for it, because where I was in my life before all of that stuff happened to me, I didn't feel good. I never felt satisfied. I never had enough. I never was in a place where I was happy with myself, where I had self-esteem.
Was that ever verified? All the cannibalism stuff? There were all these accusations, but he never went to jail or never.
No, it was never verified. He says that before he had to deal with the world thinking he ate people, he was kind of empty like a black hole. Dealing with the accusations and all the fallout from it apparently helped him grow as a person, and he had to learn to love himself because, he got dropped by his agent. He hasn't been in any movies. And this was a guy poised to be like maybe the next Leonardo DiCaprio. It's really crazy.
Why would everyone shut him out if no one ever proved anything? They just started telling stories about him eating people.
Yeah, he said it was, quote unquote, career death. People called me a cannibal, and everyone believed them like, yep, that guy ate people.
That really is.
That's what he actually said in this podcast.
Strange.
I know. I wonder, like Kevin Spacey, will he come back? Very interesting. I feel really bad for Giselle because now it's like all cameras are on her. Apparently, people thought that she broke up with her boyfriend. Her jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu guy, yeah.
Yes. After, all of that stress from the Tom Brady roast, well, they were seen over the weekend at the Surfside, Florida home near where she lives, getting very cuddly. Leave her alone. I'm hoping that she's in love and that she's okay.
Yeah, let her live her life. I mean, she took enough heat from the roast.
Let her live her life. Celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay taking a brutal spill in a bike accident. I don't know if you saw his Instagram. But yeah, he was bicycling, and he said that while he's covered with bruises, could have been much worse.
You know how much I love cycling and triathlons and Ironman, etc. This week, unfortunately, I had a really bad accident, and it really shook me. And honestly, I'm lucky to be here.
Yeah, he's all purple, nothing broken, but I think the hair saved him. He landed that, and it was very cushy.
Well, he's telling people to wear a helmet, so that's your PSA right there. Wear a helmet.
Dude, the bike stuff can go sideways fast. On gravel, I've known so many people have screwed themselves up badly.
Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things, 19 years old, already been kicked out of at least one nightclub. I guess he's going through his nightclub phase, Barnes. Over the weekend, he let the party get out of hand at this nightclub in New York called The Palace. Allegedly, this is the strange part about it, bugging patrons who paid for bottle service to take tequila shots with him and his whole entourage. According to some eyewitnesses, he got really angry because they didn't want to party with him, Barnes. He ended up with the security escorting him out of the club at 1:30 in the morning. They said they got kicked out of the Palace. He was clearly unable to stand up.
He's begging people to take shots?
Yeah, begging people to do tequila shots with he and his entourage. They said no. He got angry. Hey, are you ready for some Mbop beer?
No.
The Hanson Brothers are back with a craft beer. Yeah, they already have one called Mbop. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
No.
The flagship Hops Pale Ale, along with new collaborative brews. Their first joint effort, Pink Moonlight Hazy Peach IPA.
That's a stretch. Hop? Seriously?
Available in locations starting June 21st.
Oh, we haven't mentioned this yet, but did you know, and you may not know this, the 99X beer is ranked in the top 100 beers in the world.
Wait a second.
Not kidding. Like of indie beers. I think it's just indie beers.
We are going to rival the Mbop beer.
Oh, we're way better than the Mbop, Hop or whatever. But it's like beer aficionado or some important thing in the beer world. And the 99X beer is right there around like 94, 95. That's pretty incredible.
The 99 experiment.
Yeah, it's back. It's there.
They always talk about how home accidents are the worst. Yeah, well, listen to this story. On Live with Kelly and Mark, Jessica Alba explained how a mouse in her house sent her to the hospital with a split chin and more after she attempted to avoid the mouse by, are you ready for what she did? She was trying to jump from the countertop to the kitchen island.
Because I've been doing all this action, I'm like, I can make it to the island. And I didn't make it. And my head, my chin, my knee, and my elbow made it.
She must have a big kitchen, because who can't make the jump from the kitchen counter to the island?
Like, how far apart were they?
Like, how big of a kitchen are we talking about? But yeah, that's brutal. That had to hurt.
Now, Barnes, when I told you earlier I teased that a 72-year-old was dating a 24-year-old, you probably thought it was an actor, right? Because that happens a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, are you ready for this? Bill Belichick is dating a 24-year-old former cheerleader named Jordan Hudson, a former competitive cheerleader. Bill's 72. She and Bill met 3 years ago on a flight from Boston to Florida. I don't know if you remember this or not, but Rob Gronkowski actually joked about that whole relationship during that Tom Brady roast.
Coach, you used to talk about Foxborough High School when we sucked, but now I know why you were so obsessed with Foxborough High School. You were scouting your new girlfriend.
That is a stinger. I mean, can you imagine? This tells you so much about that dude, but the Falcons are like, thank goodness he is not our head coach.
Is there other stuff about him that I don't know about? Because I was like, what?
I mean, do your research.
What, really? It's that bad?
I don't know. I'm saying, but that getting out is not great PR, but I guess he's done coaching. Maybe.
Io Edebrey, from The Bear, she was on with Good Morning America. She remembered meeting a legend, a comedy legend, Amy Poehler, for the first time at her comedy show, and shared the advice and support that she gave her.
And she came up to me and was like, hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. I have a production company, but also if you just need an ear, as another woman who's navigated this insane industry, keep your head up. I think your stuff's good.
That's awesome.
Just walked away and I was like, okay, touched by an angel.
Now, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, advice. I mean, I like how once you make it, all of a sudden everybody wants to give you everything.
Yeah, I love it. Amy Poehler's like, I got a production company, so
what do you need? Want to crank some stuff out? Let's go.
Dr. Oz, one of our former guests, went from vacation mode to doctor in a split second. This is really crazy. A fellow passenger who was in and out of consciousness while they were on a JetBlue flight from New York to Mexico on Friday, quote, a middle-aged healthy man lost consciousness, and we did usual triage with physical exam, vital signs. This is Dr. Oz telling TMZ following the flight. After oxygen, OJ, and time, he recovered and needed to have a detailed evaluation with his local physician. They should have actually filmed this and made it an episode of Dr. Oz. What do you think? Took place on a 1-hour flight headed to Cabo San Lucas.
I don't think the guy would probably sign the release for that. But I wonder if they just dread that. Do doctors dread hearing that call on a plane when they're like, hey, is there a doctor? Is there a doctor? Because think of all the liability issues, all the things that you're putting you've got to help the person, but also you're in a weird position because you're not, you know what I mean? I wonder what the rules.
And there's Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz is probably like, oh, let's make a promo out of this. He'll be all over it.
Jesse Plemons thinks that Jimmy Kimmel's son, is the funniest in class. He was on with Jimmy Kimmel last week. He indicated that humor may be in the Kimmel DNA. The two dads revealed that their sons attend kindergarten together. Plemons told the host that his kid tapped Kimmel's son Billy as the funniest kid in the class.
Somehow it came up, who's the funniest kid in your class? And with that, actually he thought for a second. He was like, Billy. So you should know.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know what? We do tell him, if you're not the funniest, don't come home.
Yeah, maybe he can be his replacement. What do you think? Billy's son or Kimmel's son, Billy? That is your Celebrity Sleaze.